Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Refreshing and goes down smooth. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
How's your day going?
Going good. Thank you again.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
You could win one of 2 trips to see Banana Ball live. Purchase 2 Body Armor products, use Let's Go Rewards, and you're entered to win. Right now, Body Armor is buy one, get one for $1 with Let's Go Rewards. Start getting those entries in. Let's go.
Around here, toughness isn't talked about. It's lived.
Matt Wagner with the one-handed catch down.
Early mornings, late nights.
Going forward with Ford.
Work that doesn't make the highlight reel.
Same mindset, different uniform.
This is the blue-collar grit, earned, not given.
Tough days don't stop us. They build us.
McMillan shoots and scores.
For the workers who don't back down, Ford doesn't either.
Shannon fires.
Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live is the only daily show that talks nothing but Boise State sports. And we do it with you. Give us your comments or questions in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a voicemail on the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise, and our major sponsors, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, RoadPaint.com, and the Blue and Orange Store. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're proud to stand with Boise State athletics. Through our NIL marketing partnerships, we're investing in the future of student athletes. Lithia Ford of Boise, here to get you there, wherever that may be. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. Broadcasting from the Sun Cruiser Studios, here's BJ Rains with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
How we doing, Bronco Nation? Special edition, Bronco Nation News Live here at Boise State. We're outside the Boise State Hall of Fame. We have the Extra Mile Arena in the background. Did that on purpose because we got Pearson Carmichael nice enough to join us here. We're going to talk plenty of football, just left practice, don't worry, but a lot of basketball news, things going on. Pearson, wasn't sure we'd be able to do this, man. Good to hear the news. You're coming back for another year. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Just, glad to be back on campus after,
Get that a little closer to your mouth.
There we go.
There you go.
Great to be back on campus, and, it's just feeling good to be back here wearing some blue and orange.
Well, a lot of comments coming in. Appreciate everybody for checking us out. Tell us about this process, man. How stressful is it? I know technically the portal opens today, but that doesn't stop anybody. Tell us just what the last couple of weeks have been like for you.
I mean, it's been super stressful. Obviously, just a lot of noise and a lot of things. But all in all, I kind of knew I was always coming back. And just talked to my parents a little bit here and there. But it was my decision to come back, and I'm glad I made the right decision.
What kind of went into that in terms of disappointing season? Some other guys decide, they're going to move on. What was it about this place for you where you said, hey, man, I want to be here for another year and see this thing through?
Just like the fans, the culture, the love, the coaches, my teammates, I don't know. It just feels right to be here, BJ. Just a loving community. The coaches trusted me. My teammates trusted me. It's a place I really never want to leave.
Well, tell me about just your season, man. I was saying all season, I thought, you're obviously at times a better shooter than some of the percentages may say. How much more do you feel like you have that fans haven't seen in terms of your shooting and your overall game?
A lot. I'm not going to lie. I think I was really disappointed in myself last year, offensively and defensively. I didn't really have the best season. But that's basketball. Not every shot's going to fall. You're not going to, get a stop every possession, but just, playing a little harder on defense and just, taking more time, being more consistent on and off the court.
What is that like, man, as a college player? You score, you had games where you scored 50 points a game in high school and you just, you're on top of the world and you're bigger, stronger, faster, better than anybody. And just that adjustment to the college game these last couple of years, man, what has it been like? And for people that don't really know, how hard is it those first couple of years to really make that adjustment?
It's hard. I think the hardest thing is just adjusting to the coaches and just the environment, because the coaches definitely get on you, but it's just all coming from a place of love. But just I think taking in the coaches' criticism and all that stuff, and then just kind of just one-upping your game and your body and everything.
In terms of your game and what you said we can do differently, the shooting in particular, man, you've always been a strong outside shooter. What is that? Something with the shot itself? Was it just a bad year? Is it just getting in the gym shooting more? I mean, how does a guy? We saw Andrew Meadow every year his shooting percentage got higher. I mean, how do you take that big step and become 40+% consistent 3-point shooter?
Just staying in the gym and being more consistent. I do think. I didn't shoot as much as I wanted to during the season. That's something I regret, and I'm disappointed in myself. So, obviously, I can't go back in the past and change that, but I know for a fact that this upcoming year is going to be a lot different.
What was kind of and again, Pearson Carmichael joining us, Bronco Nation News Live. We're outside Boise State. He's coming back for another season. An announcement made recently, and there's going to be more announcements, things to come. We'll talk about some of your teammates here in a minute, but what was kind of the sales pitch from Boise State in terms of how they see you being used and playing time and just what from a game, how your game fits and what they see for you? What they kind of sell you on that you liked?
I mean, they just it was like how they got me here as a high schooler. Just the same things, the culture, the trust. They trust me and all this stuff, and obviously nothing's earned and guaranteed. So it's just another year of me grinding and earning minutes and earning more respect from the coaches and the community and all my teammates.
Was there, I joked when we started, wasn't sure we'd be doing this. Was there a time after a tough loss or a night where you're by yourself, thinking about things in your room where you weren't sure what your future held? I mean, were you ever doubting whether or not you'd be back next year?
Honestly, as this day and age, everyone has a thought in the back of their head, but honestly, I didn't really have that thought. My family really loves it here, and they feel more loved here than I do. They have met so many great people. And just knowing that my family's loved here and I feel more than loved here, just kind of I knew that this is always home for me. So honestly, I had a little thought, but nothing crazy because I always knew that this was home. So
Well, right now you've got like 3 teammates. Or 3, 4, whatever the number is. What was that? What they kind of sell you in terms of what the plan was for building this roster and who they want to put around you? And obviously it was a frustrating year last year. What was kind of what you heard or what you wanted to hear about why things will be different next year?
I mean, they're just kind of going back to the old things. Like, we got a veteran point guard. We just signed a veteran point guard who I haven't met yet, but I've heard only great things about him. So I'm super excited to get him on campus and meet him. And then I just trust the coaches, BJ. They're just good at selling what they do, and it's just like I'm not too worried about who we get or even like who we have right now. Like I know the coaches are going to get this team going, and I mean those 3 guys or those 3 guys I signed yesterday, like I'll hoop with those dudes 24/7, like all the time. So we don't really need like a lot of new people. Like we have dudes and just ready to just all get super close together. And hoop.
You mentioned the veteran point guard. Tell us what you do know, if you've seen any film or watched Damari Thomas, at all, Wheeler-Thomas, and just what your thoughts are on having him. And certainly I watched their the Summit League tournament. He was the MVP of that tournament. Can shoot from the outside, can drive. I mean, do you think he's going to be a nice addition?
I mean, a great addition. I heard he's a really big leader, and I love that from a point guard. And then I followed him on Instagram yesterday and kind of went through his Instagram and looked at his highlights. So he looks like an absolute baller. I'm excited to play with him. So excited to get him up on campus and meet him and, get some runs and, feel how he plays.
You mentioned leader. I mean, you're going to be one of the the leading guy in terms of minutes, starts coming back. I mean, how much do you need to up that in your game in terms of leadership on, off the court, just in terms of, leading this team, I guess, next season?
Yeah, I think that's something I'm going to take a huge jump in this year, BJ, is leadership. I think that's something we need, and I think we need more than one leader. And I know, Damari?
Yeah,
Damari's coming in. He's a leader, but just being someone here that's experienced 2 years, about to be 3 years, just having my voice ready and use it a lot more. And just all those young guys and the guys coming in, just be the guy they can always count on.
I know you were close with RJ and Andrew and some of these guys. Saw you at some of the women's games and stuff. I mean, what's that part of it like? Obviously, I know you'll obviously still stay in touch and be friends with them, but they had decisions they had to make for their future. But what's that like for you? Just seeing some guys you've been here with, since your whole time here, moving on.
It's crazy. Like I've never really been a part of a program where people leave. Because I've been here obviously in high school and stuff, but those are like my dudes. Those are like my best friends, some of the best friends in life. And the fact they're leaving is sad, but they're going to go do great things and go compete at the highest level and go do, play the sport they love. Obviously, I wish they were staying here, so we can go do what we were promising to do, but they can't, and they're gonna go do that at other places and just keep living life and enjoying the sport.
Pearson Carmichael, our guest for a couple more minutes here. We're talking about the announcement from Saturday that he is returning to Boise State next season. What in terms of this team and where you fit in? And I mentioned this, but this is kind of is this a big year for you? I mean, you've had 2 seasons here. You've kind of put up you've put up some numbers. You've had some starts, but for you personally, like if you have goals of playing professional basketball and all this, is this a season for you where you got to? Like it's go time here, like the clock's starting to tick. Do you need to have the best, off season you've had, and then obviously have the best season in your career here to date?
I would say so. Like I said before, like last season was super disappointing in myself, and it's just something I'm not really proud of. But like I said, I'm just use that as motivation for this off season and for the season. I think this year is going to be one very special for the team and for me as well.
What I got to ask, not to reflect too much on last season, but what didn't click? Why did you guys kind of have some of the highs and lows that you guys did last year? You think?
Honestly, I'm not really quite sure. Like every day we'd come into practice, we'd ball out, we'd love, we'd hug, we'd battle, and honestly, like the team, like my opinion, like I knew nothing. Like we were all super close, like great team, great teammates. I loved them all and missed them all, but it was weird how like some games just didn't feel right. Like you kind of tell before the game, like what the vibes were. I'm not sure why, but honestly, like no problems on and off the court. Like everyone loved each other. Is just super disappointing.
There's a lot of stuff that gets thrown out there that most of it's not true, whatever. And one of them is always the NIL and how much money one guy gets versus somebody else. And what is that like where you do bring in a transfer and maybe you find out he's making more than you are and you don't think that's fair, not you particular, but just in general. Is that ever talked about, or do guys know what other guys make? And how in the NIL world now, how do you keep that from being an issue, or was it an issue?
No one really shares money talk. People don't really talk about how much money they make because, you know, the people we recruit are just like really humble guys and no need to share the amount of money we make. But I mean, obviously we'll joke about it. Someone will come with like a new jacket or a new, you know, designer bag or something that we'll joke about like Money Man or something like that. But nothing too crazy. Like, you know, we always just talk about other things other than money.
A couple of quick comments from the chat, if you don't mind, before we let you go. What type of player is, let's see here, D-Race, what type of player will help you become your very best? What kind of player do you think helps kind of fuel your game?
Honestly, like, just I mean, not like one player, I would say. That's a good question. I would just say like a team that just loves and supports me. If I have a supporting team, then, you know, definitely helps me boost my game.
Bronco 130 says, "What's the best way that you guys can quickly gel with the new guys? Obviously, you'll have more this year than you've had in the past. But when you're putting on name tags for that first workout, I mean, how's the process of getting to know your teammates and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy because I mean we're obviously all a team. So the moment we all step in that locker room, we're all kind of just best friends. But you know, just open gym, playing with the guys, and obviously you know, hang out off the court, like going to someone's house, playing Xbox, or you know, eating some pizza or going out to dinner or something like that. Just do things off the court. You know, showing the guys around Boise a little bit and getting them used to this sick environment.
Now, RJ, I know he was valuable on the court, but he was always kind of the guy on the visits that would make sure his guys had the good time when they were here and the dinners and things like that. Does that fall on you now, or who's the guy that's when there are visitors coming that hosts the guys and you know, what's your, I guess, pitch or role in helping bring in some new guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've hosted some recruits here for sure, but I didn't know there's like a set guy. I've been asked to host some high school recruits and obviously some transfer ones coming in. But honestly, my pitch is just like just wait till you get here. Like these coaches like will love you to death. Like I trust them fully, and just like I said, like this culture and like the fans' environment is just super special and like one I never want to leave ever.
Sky says, "What music or artist are you listening to pregame when you got the headphones
on? Pregame, low key country. Like
okay.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of Morgan Wallen, Zach Bryan, and some Luke Combs. So it's always country, like never really rap or hip hop or anything. I'm just a big country guy.
Okay,
yeah.
I like it. In terms of next season, and again, you have half a team still to fill or re-sign guys, whatever. But what just for fans that were disappointed and they're kind of wondering, you know, where's this program at? Where's this program going? What's kind of your message, I guess, to the fans? And maybe this is a better question in a couple weeks, but just knowing this coaching staff, knowing they're going to bring in some guys, knowing, you know, the guys you do have back, just what would be your message, I guess, in terms of, you know, why folks should be excited for next season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying just wait. Like we're getting some dogs in the portal, and we have a mentality of like it's up from here. I'm really disappointed in the way I performed, the way we performed last year, and some of those losses I never want to feel again. So just the motivation we have to, you know, get where we want to be and get back to where we were.
And I don't know if you've seen any jerseys yet with the Pac-12 logo on them or not. But I mean, what's that excitement level being a part of some history here?
That's great. I mean, I'm from Oregon, Bend, Oregon, so I kind of always grew up watching the Pac-12 after dark, all those Pac-12 teams. So it's a dream come true, and I'm super excited with that patch on, you know, and playing the court with that logo for sure.
And I guess final thing, what's your next what's the schedule like here? Let the fans kind of know. I know school's going on. What in terms of workouts and also getting a break for the body? I mean, we just had the championship game last night. So what's kind of your schedule here and the team schedule moving forward?
Yeah, so I mean, right now it's all just a bunch of individual work. We're all just, you know, here working out, lifting, and kind of doing treatment, and just, you know, if you're on campus, you're on campus. Some guys are back. But I think most of us will go back in May just for a week to go, you know, see the family and everything. But pretty much from here, it's go time. You know, it's no really let off. We're trying to get better and, you know, stay more consistent so we can not disappoint like next year.
So who challenges you on the golf course now? I mean, all these guys that could give you a game are heading out. Is there anybody around? I mean, we know Burns can't.
TD.
Yeah. TD
can challenge me for sure.
Okay. If anybody pick up games or something, if anybody's in.
But yeah, I mean, if anybody wants some golf, action, let me know. Like, I'm down to go play a round, a little evening round.
Yeah, all your guys you're looking for people to play with.
Yeah.
And who you got maybe the biggest question of all, who you got in the Masters?
Okay, that's a good question. So I'm obviously riding with Scotty and DeChambeau. Those are obviously the two front runners, the two main people. But I was just telling BJ, I like Max Homa. And then I don't know. I guess the other one. Jordan Spieth going Grand Slam, bringing it back.
Okay.
Back-to-back Grand Slams at Augusta.
And Scotty with the kid, you said?
Yeah, Scotty just had a kid, so it just feels right that he's going to somehow – and he hasn't won much all season. It's Scotty Scheffler.
Okay.
So
he's
due for a big win.
I think you might be right. A lot of positive comments. Final one, Melinda says, "Let's go, Peanut. Glad you're staying. Happy I can wear your number again next year."
Yes, Melinda, thank you.
And Jim is getting a haircut in Boise while watching this. Thanks for coming
Jim.
back. So all kinds, a lot of, and they agree with your Scotty Scheffler comment there. So appreciate you, man.
No,
Welcome back.
appreciate
Thank you.
Thank
Glad
you
it's
so much.
good. Looking forward to the season, and thanks for making time today to do this.
Yep, let's go.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, BJ.
All right, Pearson Carmichael. Now you can just sit down there. We'll be good. Pearson Carmichael, nice enough to join us. Thanks to Jordan Beasley as well, the outstanding SID at Boise State. We're going to have Jay Tust joining us here in a little bit as well. I'm going to mute this other mic here, mic 2 for a second, then I'll probably forget to do it when Jay comes back. But appreciate Pearson Carmichael for jumping on and chatting with us for a few minutes. We were outside the Lyle Smith statue. There's a lot of folks doing tours and things, kind of peeking over here at us. My phone is going off, so we'll see if Jay Tust is texting me that he's on his way. No. All right. Appreciate you guys. Thank you to Pearson for coming out and doing that. You did hear the news on Saturday. We had the news, Damari Wheeler-Thomas. That came yesterday about 4 o'clock. We'll talk to Jay Tust about him. And obviously, a lot happened with the basketball team. We are outside football practice right now. So we're going to talk some football, but it's one of those shows, I think second show in a row where we've been at football practice, but a lot of the news and things that are happening are basketball related. So hope you can hear us okay, see us okay. I hope the knock on wood, the Wi-Fi stream is working okay. Let me know give me a thumbs up if everything's going okay to this point, or if we need to bump up anybody's volume, let me know. But while we wait for Jay Tust to join us here momentarily, do want to thank Lithia Ford of Boise, our title sponsor, lithiafordboise.com. And whether it's a new or pre-owned vehicle, you can check out Lithia Ford of Boise. Great time right now to buy a new vehicle. They're bringing some 2026s on the lot daily, and obviously have some 2025s they've got to get rid of. So that means a lot of room for those vehicles at Lithia Ford of Boise, and a lot of room for some great deals at Lithia Ford of Boise as well. So check them out online, lithiafordboise.com. Hey, Sun Cruiser, real iced tea, real vodka, perfect time to get a Sun Cruiser. And whether it's the blueberry lemonade, all the various flavors and options they have, Sun Cruiser. Pick one up today. You just heard from Pearson Carmichael, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest is that mobile e-branch online banking right there from your smartphone, your laptop. So easy to move money around. You don't even have to go in. You go in once to sign up, and that's pretty much it. Check out Idaho Central Credit Union online at ICCU.com. Hey, if you didn't win the Banana Ball raffle or lottery, we got 2 chances for you. Thanks to Jackson's. Use your Let's Go Rewards app, and you can win one of 2 trips to Banana Ball when you buy 2 Body Armor products. Again, buy one, get one for $1 from our friends at Jackson's. That's Body Armor products. Buy 2. And you get entered when you use your Let's Go Rewards app to win one of 2 trips to see Banana Ball. Hey, Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. Appreciate the SON Management Group, the Nicolason family, whether it's the Crunchy Chicken Cantina Tacos, the Breakfast Quesadillas, great options in food at Taco Bell. Check them, visit a Treasure Valley Taco Bell location today. And we are just steps away from the Blue and Orange store here at the Boise State Hall of Fame. If you need some new basketball gear, football gear, you name it, getting ready for the spring game, they got you covered. Jerseys, you can get those customized jerseys in minutes at the Blue and Orange store. So check them out online. And again, that location there at the mall, 14,000 hats on the hat wall. And then obviously you can order anywhere in the world online at the Blue and Orange store.com. All right, we go from one Boise State legend to another. Pearson Carmichael to, well, that's the Lyle Smith statue behind you. Jay Tust, nice enough to skip out of practice a few minutes early. We won't tell your bosses. We appreciate you coming out here and helping us out today. And we were just talking to Pearson Carmichael, man. I know you had him on Saturday, the exclusive interview when the announcement was made that he's coming back, and it's a nice. Maybe there's obviously, other guys that left that fans would have liked to keep, whatever, but bringing back a guy that started some games last year, played significant minutes, I think that's a nice piece to start building around.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, Pearson's shown some ability over his time here. And I think that going in from your sophomore year to your junior year, it's going to be a significant jump for Pearson. And, I mean, he's going to be a big-time part of this program and the plan moving forward, BJ. I think that, his true freshman year, we all know the story. Like halfway through the season, they burn his red shirt, And so he gets up to speed really quick. And then last year was his first real full season of college basketball. So now that he does have that experience under his belt, I expect him to be in a good position this offseason to, make a sizable jump and contribute next year.
All right, we're starting to get these announcements. Ethan Lathan also staying, who I am kind of excited about. He's a backup big, hasn't played a ton, but if you just see him get off the bus, he looks like a guy that could be playing for San Diego State. But Bunn coming back as well, and he's a guy that didn't play a whole lot last year. And I got some people kind of laughing when I tweeted this yesterday. Mostly the trolls of the world, but I said maybe he's got the highest upside of anybody on the team. And you see him in the layup line, you see some of the things he can do, and he earned some minutes last year with what he did in practice. There were some games where it was like, Bunn is checking in the first half, and he ended up playing. He didn't play a ton, but he got enough minutes, I think, to kind of know what it takes for him this offseason. I think he's a guy. I mean, I remember the San Jose State game on the road. He had a couple, I think, big buckets, and I talked to him after that
11
game.
points in that game.
Yeah, talked to him after that game, and he seems like a very focused, kind of well-spoken young man, and he's another guy that decided to come back, and I think he's got some potential here.
I like the way you describe that in terms of earning minutes. It would have been very easy for Bunn to accept the red shirt and for Boise State to probably attempt to redshirt him. But I think that you consistently saw his effort in practice and how much he showed up each and every day. And he forced, the hand of Leon at times, needing a guy with some energy, does things the right way. And yes, he's young and developing, but I think that he went out and did earn some minutes as a true freshman, BJ. And, you look at, it's really funny because they're separate but similar. And I'm just bringing this up for the sake of Bunn is, you look at his physique. He's super long. He's going to benefit from another year in the weight room. But don't you remember early in Derek Alston's career when we were hearing buzz hey, man, this guy's going to be a dude. And we're he weighs 149 pounds. And then after a couple of years, all of a sudden, he takes off and he's the team's leading scorer at the end of his career. And so
and I was told by some folks that when Bunn got here, he was starting ahead of where Derek Alston started.
I'm just saying, for the sake of just talking about a prospect's development, his ceiling, where he can go to, I think that Bunn is a very, very intriguing prospect to bring back if you're Boise State. Well, and let's face it, man, to be a developmental program, you got to bring guys like this back and develop them because, it just is what it is. Not all of us can be Michigan where they go out and they get their starting five and a tip of the cap to them because they made it all work and they won a national title. But it just has to work differently at places like this.
A lot of comments. Jay's sleeves are about to burst. Must be the camera angle, I guess.
Yeah, I got it.
This usually is
blue and orange store, everybody.
It's a nice polo right
there. Yeah, right. It's not bad.
And Jay,
I like the fact. Hey, you talking about Pearson Carmichael? Did you notice the jersey hanging in the window?
They rotated that in for Pearson.
And number 6, Pearson Carmichael hanging these days.
Yeah, Jay was actually signing autographs for the tour that walked by. That's why he was 2 minutes late. No. For full transparency, this stand is usually about a foot taller. And I tried to duct tape it. I don't have the screw, and it right when we started, it went down. So we're kind of looking up at us. So I apologize for that. But a jersey they'll soon be making, Damari Wheeler-Thomas. Yeah. You had him on the show yesterday. We're hoping tomorrow to get him on the show. Jordan Beasley's helping with that. I did communicate with them via text a little bit. He's a funny guy. It seems like a good guy. But what were your impressions on him? And I went back and watched with Chris Lewis on the call, by the way, the Summit League tournament. Semifinals and finals, and man, that guy can go. He was the MVP of the Summit League tournament, had 16 points against who am I thinking of? Michigan State, right? Or who they play in the first game? Yeah, he had all these guys I've been looking at. I get the numbers mixed up, but 16 points against Michigan State in the NCAA tournament. Had a big time tournament in the conference tournament. Comes in with 1 year to play.
Yep.
39% 3-point shooter, average over 15 a game. What I saw driving in, out. I mean, you talked to him. What were your impressions? And not a bad, first outside edition. Maybe not going to get the highlights nationally or whatever. What a massive get, whatever. But in terms of what they were looking for, he seems check a lot of boxes.
I think he's exactly what they were looking for because he brings some leadership qualities with him. And you talk about a kid that's loyal, and I know that's weird to talk about in the transfer portal era, but this is a guy that stayed at one place for 4 years. And if you're saying, well, how's that the case if he's coming here, right? Well, he played 2 years and he had a redshirt year, and then he played last year. And so he completed 4 years at North Dakota State, and he gets his degree this spring,
which is why everyone's freaking out. Why they announce it early? You know?
Which I think a tip of the cap to Boise State to go out, do their due diligence, get on a guy that's a graduate transfer, not wait until the transfer portal opens. When if that's the case, the price on a guy like him might just start to go up. I'm not going to lie.
That's a good point.
And so they get out, they do their homework, they get a guy in that they really believe in. So we talk about loyalty, being at a place for 4 years. I'm going to bring up toughness because this was something that really stood out to me. BJ, he was going into his freshman year at North Dakota State, and he worked his way into a starting role, right? He was dealing with the lingering effects of having a fractured leg that he suffered right before college, and he opted to play on it because his coach said that he would have a starting opportunity. And so I think he gets a little bit of work done on that going into his sophomore year, still not completely right, but wants to play. And so it was after his sophomore year that he said, you know what, I'm going to shut it down for a year, fix it properly, and then come back. And what did he do? He helped North Dakota State win 27 games. They won a Summit League regular season title, the Summit League tournament title. He was the Summit League tournament MVP.
Yeah.
And they went to the NCAA tournament and played Michigan State, where he had a team-high 16 points. So I think when you talk about his loyalty, his toughness, all things that you want when you try to bring a character in here to help complement this culture,
yeah,
I'm excited to see what he can be. And as you said too, man, you watch the highlights. Outside of the fact he's also going to wear number 10, which Marcus Shaver Jr. wore. I mean, the way he handles the ball, I think it's exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it reminds me of Shave.
And it's funny because one of the things that Nathan Carroll put in his article is he called him a combo guard, because at one point, I think his freshman year, he was more off ball or something, and he called him a combo guard. So in the tweet that I put the story out, I said the signing of combo guard, whatever. The very first message I sent to him, I said, we'd love to get you on the show. This is just to tell you a little bit about him. He writes back and he says, I would love to do it, but only if you don't call me a combo guard. And then he said, just kidding. But yeah, I mostly point. He sees himself as a point guard now, but I thought that was kind of funny and kind of, but I'm looking forward to talking to him tomorrow. He was well-spoken. And did he come out for a visit even? Has he even been out here?
He did come out for a visit. So he told us that yesterday on the show, and he said he came out, again, because he was a grad transfer, he was able to come on a visit before the portal opened. So came out here, I think, with his mom, and they were here for a little bit. And he said that it's just basically he likes it because it's basically what he feels like a bigger version of where he was at North Dakota State. And so there's a lot of familiarities to him. And he was like, you know what, I'm not going to lie, I didn't think I'd ever be, living in Idaho. And I was like, hey, bud,
you lived in North Dakota.
Would you and I mean, like, I don't think we would have said that, or we would have said the same thing,
Nope.
I didn't think I was going to be here, and then I've been here for 15 years, and you've been here for
my
13 years,
going
whatever.
on 14 now.
So, I mean, it's a special place. It definitely pulls you in when you get here, and I think it's a really nice addition and something that you got the point guard in place. Now you really start to build around it, and I think it's a big piece. To figure out this early in the process.
Nadine says totally going to buy a Carmichael jersey now.
Let's go.
Let's see here. Bronco 130. Jay, why can't we seem to develop point guards? This will be the 5th straight year, by the way, with a new starting point guard for Boise State.
Interesting.
5th straight year.
I don't know if I'd go so far. I mean, like Marcus Shaver Jr. was pretty good. I mean, how far back are we going? I guess Alvaro.
Yeah.
Develop. Okay, so develop. So get somebody in and keep them, I guess.
So you had Shaver, you had Roddy Anderson for a year, you had Cardenas, then you had, and I guess he means young guys, so they don't need to keep going to the, so they don't need to keep going to the, I assume he means so they don't need to keep going to the portal.
Okay.
And then someone says 4th. No, this will be the 5th. You had Marcus Shaver, Roddy Anderson, Alvaro Cardenas, Dylan Andrews, and now this year will be number 5. 5th year in a row.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you can see right there in back-to-back years.
I didn't say new starter. He said Shaver wasn't a new starter his 5th year. I just said 5th year in a row.
Yeah.
You're going to have a different starting point guard, and that is a fact.
Yeah. So in back-to-back years, they opt to go with a more experienced point guard, actually, for the 3rd year in a row, because you're right, Alvaro, Dylan Andrews, and now Damari Wheeler-Thomas.
Shaver was there 3 years, and yes, it wasn't his first year in the program when he started. No, but he was all. If you go look at starting point guards, and 5 years in a row, they're going to have a different starter.
Well, I would still also probably give that credit for developing him, because he was here for 3 years, including a redshirt year.
Oh, no doubt.
Played 2 years, so like
I would guess he's probably talking maybe how, in some people's eyes, NATO didn't finish the season as strong as he started it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, if you are having to go, maybe was Chris Lockett, was he more of an off guard than a point guard?
Off guard.
But I mean, I guess the fact that you're having to go get new point guards every year, one of the criticisms could be why are you not developing your own guys?
Oh, I think that's a really complicated.
Off shot.
Sorry, I think that's a really complicated question to answer in this era. Everybody rebuilds their entire roster every year now.
San Diego State has lost almost everybody. New Mexico lost Bullion. They're losing everybody.
Like, I'm not dismissing the question. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't know, like really feeling it now, if you like really understand each and every year, it's not a complete reset in the sense you do bring back guys, but you have to bring back those guys. Yeah. Like they're not just under scholarship and coming back willy-nilly every single year. So it's kind of a complicated question. I think that we kind of have, and we have to wait to answer that.
Of course it's complicated. That's why I asked it.
Yeah, that's fine. Man, I think that maybe I just look at recent history and I don't know, man. I think that they've tried to go out and hit that guy in the portal. I think that's been their strategy, clearly. I mean, clearly it's been their strategy. And they haven't had that young guy that's lasted, for 4 years in a little while. I mean, Shaver wasn't that long ago, and the dude went to 3 NCAA tournaments. So yeah. I would say that they developed him. And before that, we were just in a different era where, you did have guys that were in the program forever. So, I think it's a more complicated question than it was years ago when we were under kind of the old NCAA rules. Now that we're under new NCAA rules, I think that, in all honesty, you're almost doing your roster a disservice if you don't try to find that best player you feel like you can plug in here or not to help you win ball games next year.
Jay Tust, our guest for a couple more minutes. He's going to head back inside for who we got today on the docket for the one-on-one interview.
Bowen
Phelps, Bronco Studios. We'll be seeing that today or tomorrow, I guess, 4 o'clock, or you get that out early. I don't know if you put that out on social. But Bowen Phelps, that'll be a good one with Jay. All right, so I do want to get to football, but I think once again, this is like the second time in a row we've done this where basketball is kind of the main story today with what's going on. I know you be careful with what you say, because I know now you work for the university. You might know more about stuff than you can say. I understand that. But what do you think is on Boise State's to do, still on the checklist in terms of the portal here? Yeah. Obviously, you bring back, Ethan Lathan, but I'm not even sure he's your number 2 backup right now. I think you're looking to get 2 more bigs, probably, at least a starting big, and probably another guy that's going to be a main contributor for you if you can. There was some other talk. I mentioned a guard from Central Missouri. I know you can't mention specific names, but there's some other names floating around there. The Liam Campbells of the world. There's some other guys, the kid from Idaho. I know there's a lot going on, but what do you see this team still needs? Obviously, it starts with a post player, and I hate to say it, but I mean, with what Drew Fielder came in and did here in 1 year, whoever that guy they get is to be the starting center is going to have some big shoes to fill.
You're right. That's not. I mean, honestly, I think you hit it on the head. I mean, anybody can look at what has been announced as returning for this roster so far and what they've lost, and Javen Buchanan and Drew Fielder. I mean, there's some guys in the front court that you're going to have to find a way to replace. Now, I think they got guys that are candidates to definitely fill the shoes of those guys. But if you wanted to say that they needed to target a big, I don't think anybody would argue that.
BSU Bill wants an athletic rim protector. Don't need a big guy like we've gotten in prior years. So wants an athletic rim protector, which is something they very rarely have in the Leon Rice era.
Yeah. It's actually funny. So I was reading this article, I clicked on this article online this morning, and it was somebody who was talking about kind of like the hit rates of like portal guys during the Leon Rice era.
Yes. I wonder where you read that at.
Can't remember where that was. And it's really funny because I clicked on it and I thought that in my mind I would want to argue I don't know if he was a hit. He might be more of a miss, or a miss might be a hit. And I thought that was going to be my argument. You know what I think my biggest argument in the article was?
What's that?
So there were people called home runs or just hits.
Yes.
I would call Mladen Armush a home run.
I probably would. I would probably agree with that. He was a hit?
He was a hit.
I wonder what Nathan's reasoning was on that. I forget why he wasn't a home run.
Let's call him.
In 2 years, if that's your biggest gripe, though, there was 23 guys.
Yeah, no.
23 guys. There was a couple iffies, like Roddy Anderson or whether it's Dylan Andrews. There were a couple you could, had some good, strong games. You also have to throw in money and all that. There was a couple others. But overall,
it was a heck of a list of tackles.
Go down memory lane. It's a nice little trip down memory lane. 23 Division I transfers, 17 of the 23 Nathan considered either a hit or a home run. So the hit percentage, so to speak, of guys that come in and you would say were a positive to the program, 75% basically, 3 out of every 4. And you're going to need that percentage and then some this year. But that's why I've been arguing for a while. You got to trust Leon Rice here because he knows what he's proven that he's going to do it. But that is BroncoNationNews.com, which, by the way, 60% off starting today with the portal. You can subscribe for 60% off right now. Our spring sale with the portal. BroncoNationNews.com. Go sign up.
Oh, so that was you. Okay, sorry about that, man.
Nathan, it wasn't me. It was Nathan. But yes,
I'm kidding.
Yes,
I know. It was good stuff. BNN, get on over there. Read the article.
Lathan has to be that guy. Somebody said
a shot. I don't know, man. That's Millard and Armouche was just different because Millard and Armouche rolled out of bed and just said, "I will grab 10 rebounds today." I mean, that's just like kind of the way that he was. Like,
there's 2 of your returners right there.
Yeah. So I think that I would call him a home run. I think they like the identity, the toughness of that team. They so often got in just brick fights where the tougher team would win. I would have called Millard and Armouche a home run.
Yeah, and he wasn't necessarily a shot blocker, but he would scare you a little bit when you went in there.
He was a big dude, physical presence, and how fitting is that? That got Ethan and Bun walking right by the show right now.
Yeah, we've had those two, and Pearson's about all that's left around here, right? We'll see what some other announcements.
I see Pearson in the weight room like every day.
Yeah.
By the way.
And by the way, people keep asking. We're still waiting. It's so in this day and age, like there shouldn't have to be an announcement or whatever else. Like right now, Spencer Aarons is on the team. NATO on the team. They're. So I guess we'll have to wait at some point to hear from them, but they have not been announced yet. So obviously, no, they haven't decided, or Boise State's not ready to announce that. I don't know. We haven't really talked about them yet because nothing's been said. I mean,
and this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. We just live in an era where you do unfortunately test all of our patience, but you just have to wait for things to be official. But also say this, like, technically you're not wrong. I mean, we've heard other guys that are going to enter the transfer portal, and
I did see AG NATO ride by on a scooter a little earlier. So I mean, for folks that are, he's at least
doing your
at least still. I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not, but he did ride by while we were getting ready to do the show. So you may have seen him in the background. I don't know. But Jay, quick football thought. We were out there today, and another intense, full padded practice. I know there's, they've been getting on me lately about saying too much, so I'm going to try to pick my words here. But there was some full go periods, full contact, and guys going at it again, short yardage, goal line. Like, I'm not going to describe a lot of the plays, but there was some. It felt like a mid-fall camp practice today, or not a practice 7 or 8 of spring ball. I mean, they are once again getting after it today.
If they're playing football this spring, I mean, right? It's funny because like at the beginning of spring, I asked the question, how do you keep the intensity without the reward of game day, right? And it feels like they're doing a good job of mimicking or mocking those things up, because they're really playing some football this spring, and it's fun, exciting to see. And we've seen an ebb and flow today or throughout spring ball. I mean, quite frankly, the receivers made a couple nice plays today,
They did. And touchdown for Rayshon Jones.
Yeah, a certain QB that we all know and love so much made some of those throws. So,
and I don't know what I probably going to get myself in trouble here. I don't think there's an issue with this, but when they were having they do what's called instead of taking the TV timeout, they take a break, but now they do what they've been doing is kind of these one-on-one competitions or things on the field while the whole team's watching. But it's serving 2 purposes. One, the rest of the team gets a break that they usually call TV timeout. And then you also get some competition one-on-one with the rest of the team. And today they did a quarterback throwing into a net drill. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say, but it was a fun competition. And I'll just say QB1 is QB1 for a reason, I guess. Is that fair to say?
I think I hope I don't get in trouble, but I think that's fair to say as well. So
and shout out Zeke Martinez.
And shout out Zeke too, for that matter. But no, I think that Maddox is having a good spring ball, and
he had one pass today
to
Matt.
Comfortable and healthy.
He had one pass today to Matt Wagner, and again, I don't think we can say what drill, what period, all that kind of stuff. But just he threw it to Matt Wagner. Matt Wagner made a great one-handed catch. I mean, it was there. It was he looks dialed in right now.
Yeah,
man.
I agree. It's been a fun spring ball, and guess what? We're almost halfway through.
That's crazy.
And I just got a text saying the practice just wrapped up.
Okay, so Jay, we'll let you get back inside. Bowen Phelps today, and then Derek Ganter and Colton Boomer talking to the group. So
Boom.
Appreciate you, Jay.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, man. Jay Tust.
Hi, guys.
His polo is available in the team store as well. They have the game-worn jerseys, and then they have the game-worn polos section for Jay over there as well. But always there's a crowd behind those guys waiting for Jay's autograph. That is not totally inaccurate here. I'm going to mute the second mic there for Jay. Yes, I'm going to talk a little more football here for a second, but practice did just wrap up, so we got to get over to the interviews. But I do want to thank Matt Bauscher. Bauscher Real Estate, number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, Matt Bauscher is your guy. We did that last summer. Tremendous customer service every step of the way. Check them out, Bauscher Real Estate, BauscherRealEstate.com. Last time I was at Boise State, I muted myself while I was doing the ad reads with Johnny. Not making that mistake again here, but Signature Roofing online at mysignatureroofing.com, whether it's a re-roof, a repair, an estimate, or an inspection. Check out mysignatureroofing.com. All your roofing needs. We got a new roof last summer from Signature Roofing, and it was tremendous stuff. We appreciate Signature Roofing. And Signature Roofing, again, online, mysignatureroofing.com. Hey, if you need a new fence, Element Fencing has you covered. ElementFencing.com. Decks, pergolas, cedar, wrought iron, vinyl. They can do it all. Brady and his company, 25-plus years in the fencing business. The owner, Brady himself, is ready to help you build that perfect project from the ground up. That's Element Fencing. Online, elementfencing.com. They did some repair work for us on our fence last year, a couple years ago. Tremendous work, and we appreciate Element Fencing. They'll be sponsoring our defensive player in the game coming up in the fall for football season on the postgame shows. Ridley's Family Markets, shop ridleys.com. You can check out Ridley's Family Markets, all your grocery store needs. Hometown grocery, just get that hometown feel when you walk into a Ridley's Family Markets, and we appreciate Ridley's, shop ridleys.com, and we appreciate Ridley's Family Markets for their support of Bronco Nation News. And check out that CUNA location. They got Star, Treasure Valley, Magic Valley, other surrounding areas as well at Ridley's Family Markets. Hey, rowpaint.com, that painter for a day project. You supply the paint, they supply the painter. So if you got a couple walls you need to get painted or touched up, you don't want to screw it up yourself, let the professionals do it. Rowpaint.com. They can also do interior, exterior, commercial, industrial, residential, you name it. And those concrete coatings are, of course, world famous. They did it twice at our house, in our garage, our back patio, and highly recommend those as well. Get more information online at rowpaint.com. Transportation Compliance Service, TCS, Transportation Compliance Service, transcomservice.com. If you are looking to get into the trucking industry, they can help you out every step of the way. Transportation Compliance Service, transcomservice.com. Check out Transportation Compliance Service. Local company helping out folks all over the world get into the trucking industry, and they can help you again online at transcomservice.com. Again, BJ Rains with you in the Sun Cruiser Studios. We're outside Boise State. I wanted to get Lyle Smith in the shot, and I also wanted to get Extra Mile Arena, there it is, in the shot as well, as we are here at Boise State. And we're talking football, basketball, a lot going on these days for Boise State. They have some portal news. Some of you guys are asking about Lazarick Houston, the guard. I had heard he was a name to watch, but I have not reported that they have signed him. I don't know. Someone just told me he was kind of a name to keep an eye on. I don't know if they've signed Lazarick Houston or not. I don't know when that is coming. Don't know if they didn't get him, got him. No clue. I just said he was a name to watch at this point, and so we'll find out if they are able to get him or not. But that would certainly be another nice addition, given some of the stats there for Central Missouri at the D2 level. I mentioned a lot of other names, so we'll see how fast this goes. Guys that just entered the portal today, this is the first day you can technically talk to them, and I saw by 8 a.m. there was already 1,000 names that had showed up in the portal officially. So the next couple of days, you're probably talking to a lot of guys and setting up visits. Wouldn't shock me if you get some guys in town this weekend, next weekend. That'll start to pick up as well here in April, in the month of April, to get some guys on campus, get guys in town, and start that communication. But usually it's a 2 to 3 week process. I don't know how quickly some of this is going to happen. I know folks are wanting everybody to kind of sign today or tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to happen. This is when it's now officially legal to talk. You may have already known about interest and things like that, but now this is where it's real. And so a lot of times you need to get a guy on a visit. Maybe you don't. You heard that Damari Wheeler-Thomas did make a visit, a secret visit, so to speak, to Boise State a week or two ago with his mom. So I would suspect you're going to have guys taking visits. You're going to start to hear names that are associated. Boise State's one of 10 schools to talk to this guy or this guy. They make you pay for that? Hey, we'll talk Boise State soccer anytime. Probably they make the coaches buy their own hats. I mean, come on. What are we doing, Jeremiah? What do we got going on here? For a donor. All right. Yeah, well, I don't know how quickly this is going to happen. I know a lot of you guys want news right away on signings and things like that. I don't know how quickly that's going to happen. I would suspect he might get a little bit of news this week, but it might take a week or two for some of this stuff to happen once you find out who's in the portal, maybe you didn't know somebody was going to enter, and all of a sudden today they do enter, or tomorrow they enter. I mean, they're not going to have their whole roster signed by Friday. That's just not how this happens. So I think we could see some news, but I also think it might take a little while as well. BSU Bill saying, sorry guys, not buying that Madsen looks great in practice. I mean, I didn't say he was going to throw 5 touchdowns against Oregon. I just said he had a nice practice and he looks good in practice. Whether that means going against Boise State's defense is the same as going against Oregon's defense, I think we all know that's not true. Maybe Jay said it. I didn't hear it, but I certainly didn't say that he was, looking like he was ready to go beat Oregon at Oregon. I don't think anybody said that. I just said he had a nice throw in practice today and look good, and that's true. So it's not always bigger than it is at this point, but I can tell you that none of the other guys on the roster to this point look like they're ready to go beat Oregon. So I know that's going to be a topic storyline all season, and I will say Casherera has looked pretty good at times, but he's not ready to be the starting quarterback here. We'll see what happens moving forward, but Maddox Madsen is clearly the starter right now, and so that's just kind of the way it is. Best linebacker so far, can I say Logan Brantley, Kansas transfer, Logan Brantley. I'm kind of joking there, but he made a nice play today, and he's had a really nice camp so far. I've been impressed, and you're gonna, we'll let Johnny say it next week, but both Kansas transfers actually, there's just something about Big 12 size, Big 12 speed that's just different. And Harry Stewart, the running back, has looked good, and Logan Brantley, the linebacker, has looked good as well. So both Kansas transfers, I think, have a chance to see the field and make an impact. And I'm not just saying that because of the fact that I also went to Kansas. They have had nice camps to this point. So I think Bowen Phelps has looked pretty good. Jake Ripp has done some things. So today was a very physical practice yet again. They got after it. Goal line stuff. There was some short yardage stuff where they were going full contact. I mean, you even had your quarterback, Maddox Madsen, getting tackled, trying to convert a play. So I got to be careful what I say. That I said we've said too much recently, and I am trying to abide by Boise State's rules. The embargoed periods, we're not supposed to really report on what happens. But when a guy's doing good, makes a nice catch, we'd like to let you know about it if we can, as long as we're not going too far with some of the descriptions and things like that. So I'm going to try to avoid that here moving forward. But do need to get over to Boise State. As I mentioned, Colton Boomer, the kicker, and also Derek Ganter, the safety, going to be talking to the media. So going to get over to Boise State for that. And appreciate you guys for checking us out. Bronco Nation News online. Again, bronconationnews.com. Have a great rest of your day. And we will talk to you guys 9 a.m. tomorrow. We'll be back 9 a.m. tomorrow. If any news breaks this afternoon, basketball, football, we'll obviously have you covered on that. But we're doing a lot of tours and things around us, and they're getting ready to talk. So good time to get off of here. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll have full interviews up on the YouTube channel this afternoon. We'll have other coverage as well. And again, 9 a.m. tomorrow, we're hoping to have Damari Wheeler-Thomas join us live, the newest member of the basketball team, some other players in interviews and things as well. So 9 a.m. tomorrow. There's no football practice tomorrow, so we'll be good to go at 9 a.m. And again, 60% off. 60% off the deal that 24/7 Sports is running right now. If you're on the fence about signing up, portal coverage, recruiting coverage, high school, high school transfer portal, football, basketball, analysis, Prater, Nathan, Chris, myself, tons of content that you're not going to find anywhere else. And again, 60% off. That's like $5 a month or less to jump on board right now with us with an annual subscription to bronconationnews.com. So sign up now. 60% off at bronconationnews.com. We appreciate you guys for checking us out. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks to Pearson Carmichael for coming on, Jordan Beasley at Boise State for helping set that up. Thanks to Jay Tust for stopping by on a busy day for him as well. Hope you guys have a great, as I said, rest of your day. It's a beautiful day here on the campus of Boise State University. And again, the Sun Cruiser Studios. Pick up a Sun Cruiser, whether it's a blueberry lemonade, all the various flavors, Sun Cruiser. Pick one up for your viewing. We got a big St. Louis night in the Reigns household tonight. We got the Blues, big game against the Blackhawks, trying to stay alive. Blues with a big game against the Avalanche, trying to stay alive in the playoff race. Cardinals playing tonight against the Nationals. And then the St. Louis Battlehawks, UFL, playing tonight on primetime national TV tonight as well. So some UFL football. So be a fun night. Channel surfing in the Reigns house tonight, rooting for my hometown St. Louis teams. But hope you guys, maybe a Sun Cruiser or two. We'll see. It's a perfect time to have it. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks to Lithia Ford of Boise, our title sponsor, Jim Sturk and Company, Lithia Ford of Boise. Jim Sturk, our title sponsor. Guys, support them. Newer pre-owned vehicle. Now is the time. Get out to Lithia Ford of Boise for some great deals. From Boise State, we'll talk to you guys later. My name is BJ Rains. Thank you so much for watching the show. Go support all the sponsors. Go subscribe. And we'll see you in the message boards at BroncoNationNews.com. Take